What is going on, people? I want to talk about Oscar De La Hoya, the Golden Boy, who in my estimation, excuse my voice because I'm recovering from illness. By my estimation, Oscar De La Hoya is the most important figure in boxing of the last 30 years, probably since Mike Tyson. Maybe even in some ways greater than Mike Tyson in terms of importance. But let's just keep it to the last 30 years. Let's say from 1993 until 2024. 30 years, not including this year. Oscar De La Hoya won the Olympic gold medal in 1992. Oscar De La Hoya was the face of boxing pretty early on. Once Mike Tyson was kind of falling off after the Holyfield fights and not fighting as consistently, Oscar was the one who was bringing women to the fights. He was bringing a lot of young fans to the fight. And he's responsible for everything that's big in boxing currently. And I'm going to explain to you how. Floyd Mayweather became the biggest name in boxing once he fought Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya did not have to fight Floyd Mayweather. Oscar De La Hoya could have fought Trinidad a second time, or he could have just retired after the Hopkins fight and said, I'm done. I'm done with it. He chose to give Floyd Mayweather an opportunity. He didn't have to. If Floyd did not fight Oscar, Floyd Mayweather would not be the Floyd Mayweather today. Floyd was doing a few 100,000 buys when he fought Arturo Gatti and Zab Judah. He fought Oscar, and he skyrocketed. Then he started doing 1 million buys almost every single fight. And even after he fought Oscar De La Hoya, he fought strictly Golden Boy fighters, with the exception of Pacquiao and Berto. He fought Ricky Hatton, who was on Golden Boy UK, Shane Mosley, Golden Boy, Victor Ortiz, Maidana, Canelo, Guerrero, all Golden Boy. So De La Hoya is a big reason why Mayweather's even Mayweather. Because before that, Mayweather was a great fighter, but he wasn't a household name. Kind of like what Terrence Crawford is right now. I brought up Pacquiao to bring up this. The reason Manny Pacquiao is as big as he is because Oscar De La Hoya gave Manny Pacquiao the fight to fight him. If Pacquiao doesn't fight De La Hoya, Pacquiao's not Pacquiao either. That was a big thing because Pacquiao retired De La Hoya. Oh my God, he's so great. He retired De La Hoya. De La Hoya didn't have to do that. De La Hoya, he weight trained himself to get down to 147 pounds to fight Manny Pacquiao. He didn't have to do that. He could have retired. He could have fought someone else. But he always wanted to give back to the sport of boxing. He always wanted to be great. And I think Oscar De La Hoya is sincere in that. He really does want the sport of boxing to be great. He really does care. And that's why he became a promoter. That's why he bought Ring Magazine. And according to him, never got in the way of their rankings. He is someone who really loves the sport. He's a purist. And that's why when he criticized Mayweather-McGregor, yeah, part of him probably was upset that Triple G and Canelo was getting outshined, yeah. And maybe if he had the chance to do Canelo versus McGregor, he would have done it. But I do think a part of him also was upset that you're making a joke of my sport. And I think that's why he was initially against Jake Paul and stuff. But then he saw how Jake Paul was taking it seriously. He's like, man, Jake Paul is taking it seriously. He's not making a joke of the sport. He is bringing in young fans to the sport. So I think that Oscar appreciates what Jake Paul did. Now, Oscar was critical of what Jake Paul did recently, where he announced that he was going to fight 58-year-old Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's going to be 58 when the fight happens. He's 57 now. But by the time the fight happens, he's going to be 58. I think Oscar is genuinely concerned. He's like, listen, man, you're embarrassing a legend, potentially, if Jake Paul were to dominate Mike Tyson. And that's not what he's on. He doesn't like that. That's not cool. Oscar is sincere about the sport. If it wasn't for Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd versus Manny would not have been the biggest fight in boxing history. It wouldn't do 4.6 million. It might have still been big. It might have done 1 million, maybe 2, but it would not have done 4.6 million. Oscar is the tree that gives all of boxing life. Everyone that's big in boxing, it's from the roots of Oscar De La Hoya. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, and let's bring up Canelo Alvarez, who's always ungrateful to Oscar, how he doesn't like Oscar and this and that. Listen, I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but at the very least, Canelo should have more public gratitude towards Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya put you on. You were a nobody. I'm sorry. And if he was with a different promoter, because I know a lot of people are going to say, well, what if he signed with a different promoter? I think he could have been big Canelo, but he would not have been the face of boxing if it wasn't for Oscar, who was able to get him those big fights, who used his cosign of being the Mexican-American guy, which was so big in America, the United States, to make Canelo a superstar. Granted, Canelo put the work in and he was a dominant fighter, but to be a star, he needed Golden Boy Promotions. And people don't give Oscar the proper credit he deserves for building Canelo up as a star. I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, it was Richard Schaefer too. The point is, De La Hoya's brand name. Canelo's responsible for him. So now we got Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, Canelo Alvarez. These are the three biggest guys in boxing over the last, 15 years in American boxing. Who's the biggest guy in American boxing right now besides for Canelo? Gervonta Davis. Why is Gervonta Davis big? Because he signed to Floyd Mayweather. Why is Floyd Mayweather big? Because he fought Oscar De La Hoya and co-promoted a lot of his fights with Golden Boy Promotions. So Gervonta Davis is big. Also, the root of it is Oscar De La Hoya. Who did Gervonta Davis fight when Gervonta Davis wanted to become a big star? Oh, he fought Ryan Garcia. And who's Ryan Garcia signed to? Oscar De La Hoya. As you see, it all comes back to Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya is the root of it all. The biggest people in boxing, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, Canelo Alvarez, Gervonta Davis, and Ryan Garcia are all affiliated with Oscar De La Hoya. So before all these people hating on Oscar De La Hoya, and I know he's done some weird things in his life, and I understand he has some personal demons, but Oscar De La Hoya is the key to everything big in boxing. When Deontay Wilder won the WBC heavyweight title, Oscar De La Hoya was his promoter. He was on Golden Boy Promotions. A lot of these guys, Keith Thurman, Adrian Burr, it was Oscar. So when they were once signed by Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar is the key. Nothing big in boxing happens without Oscar De La Hoya. Really, I should say American boxing. American boxing. Because the UK, I think Joshua and Hearn, it's a different ballgame. In American boxing, Oscar De La Hoya is the key. When Bernard Hopkins wanted to make the most money, who did he fight? Oscar De La Hoya. When Shane Mosley wanted to make the most money, who did he fight? Oscar De La Hoya. When Floyd Mayweather wanted to become a star, who did he fight? Oscar De La Hoya. When Manny Pacquiao wanted to become a star, who did he fight? Oscar De La Hoya. When Felix Trinidad wanted to make the most money, who did he fight? Oscar De La Hoya. We could keep going. I mean, Pernell Whitaker, Julio Cesar Chavez. It was Oscar. It's all based off Oscar De La Hoya. Period. A lot of people are going to say, oh, well, why isn't Oscar De La Hoya thankful? He is thankful to Bob Arum, but he should be very thankful to Bob, same way these guys should be to Oscar. And I'm going to tell you why. Oscar De La Hoya was the golden boy. He was the number one pick in the draft. He could have gone to any promoter, in my opinion, Don King Promotions or main events with the Duvas, and he could have still been, in my opinion, a very big star. Maybe not as big with Top Rank. They're very good, but he could have been a big star. But these guys, I'm not sure they would even be household names if it wasn't for Oscar De La Hoya. And if you want to get your biggest payday, who do you fight? You fight Canelo. Payday, payday, payday. You know why? Because Oscar put you on. That was what it was like back in the day. You wanted your biggest payday, you fought Oscar. You wanted your biggest payday now? If you want your biggest payday now, who do you fight? You fight Canelo or you fight Gervonta Davis. And both those two guys are stars primarily because of Oscar De La Hoya. And with Tank, it's primarily because of Floyd Mayweather. But the reason Floyd Mayweather is a star is because of Oscar De La Hoya. So Canelo should stop being so butthurt. He should start showing more appreciation and especially publicly show some gratitude for the guy that put you on, the great Oscar De La Hoya, the golden boy, who has done more for boxing in the last 30 years than anybody. He took on all comers, all the tough fights, legendary fighter, one of the greatest fighters of all time, does not get the respect he deserves because he's a weird guy. But I always say Oscar De La Hoya is an all-time great in the ring, and he's an all-time great promoter of the sport out of the ring. Let me know what you guys think. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.